The CEO of Hong Kong's flagship airline has resigned. The head of Cathay Pacific stepped down amid this week's protests at the main airport, which is one of the world's busiest. The airline stock fell sharply, and it came under pressure from Chinese authorities to rein in employees. They were supporting pro-democracy protesters. Today, the protests were peaceful, but concerns remain among the business and investment community. Here's Brian Sullivan.
This political unrest, if you want to call it that, over the last couple of months, and more rallies are expected this weekend, has disrupted the U.S. financial markets. We have seen our markets on edge, and we have seen some of the Asian markets decline, except for the last couple of days. We have spoken with numerous members of the financial markets here, and we've said, will scenes like this dissuade investors, CEOs, company heads, or even public offerings from happening in what is arguably the financial center of Asia? One investment banker told us today that despite protests, one thing the Hong Kong market has going for it is a history of relative company stability.
It's had very few failures of major listed Chinese companies here, which means the due diligence that's done in Hong Kong is done with understanding of how China operates. Whereas UK, the US in particular, Singapore, and even Frankfurt is littered with failed Chinese IPOs.
Now, of course, that stability, which has taken place over years and even decades, may come into question if we continue to see scenes like this, peaceful as they are, and companies, executives, and workers decide there may be better places for their capital, for their companies, and even for their families. Reporting from Hong Kong for Nightly Business Report, Brian Sullivan.